Hi, and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Beej, Recreation Coordinator with Lewiston Parks and Recreation. And today our guests are from the First Territorial Capital, Mr. Bill Miller and Dr. Dennis Ohrtman. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good morning.
How about you?
Thank you.
Doing awesome. Bill, if I could start with you.
Sure.
Can you talk about what the First Territorial Capital is?
Okay, as you probably know or don't, the Territory of Idaho in 1863 started in Lewiston. Abraham Lincoln designated and appointed the first governor to the Territory of Idaho, which was, again, Lewiston. That Capitol building was used for quite a few years and went into disarray. And about 1921, we have a photo of it here, I think, showing it. That's the last photo that we know of. And right after that, the building was taken down. So there's been several different committees trying to resurrect it. Well, 6 years ago, we started a group, and now we're in the process of resurrecting the Capitol as it was. So there's some more slides that will be coming up soon. We started in August. Because we had a photo of the building in August 150 years ago when they were finishing the building. So we want to do everything every 150 years. So again, we started in August and started construction. It's been under construction for 6 months now. Most all the construction has been donated time, materials. We've been very fortunate. Our community has really backed us. Our local firefighters, people from the community have all helped. People from the organization. It's just been tremendous, the amount of support we've had. We've even had Stuart Johnson in his high school shop class, the seniors coming down for the last 3 months helping us with the interior work. So again, a lot of support from the community. It's been really, really wonderful.
Bill, you might tell them why you have a particular interest in this project.
Yes, and again, the Territory of Idaho was established in 1863. In 1864, a young Pennsylvania man was appointed to come to the Territory of Idaho to be interpreter for the Nez Perce tribe. That young man in 1864 came in, went through the doors of the Capitol building, we know that, to accept his commission. That young man at 25 years old was my great-grandfather, John Eliza Miller. So that's when our family was established in Lewiston, 1864.
So you have a personal and a familial connection.
I do. Probably the oldest tie that we know of to the Capitol project. So I'm quite involved. I like that history, and my great-grandfather was one of the pioneers of Lewiston. So,
can you talk a little bit about the process of how you went about getting donations, getting time, talking to people about the importance of this project, and why this year?
Again, it's been 150 years. There was another group tried to, in the 50s, build the Capitol. We're unsuccessful. We've been in the process for 6 years, have some great backing. Dennis will be able to elaborate a little bit about funding. John Mock and his lovely wife, Melva, do that campaign work. I'm not into the fundraising that much. I'm into more of the building, getting the building together. So Dennis might elaborate a little bit on that fundraising, and that's a very important part. I think to this time we've raised quite a bit of money.
We've raised about $43,000 each so far. It's kind of exciting because we're getting contributions from grade school kids here in Lewiston, from I think 4 of the grade schools for sure. At this point, we've heard from 5 other cities in Lewiston who are participating in that. But we've had well over 100 people who have responded to the calls that John and Melva have made to them to fund this project. And the original goal for John was to get to $50,000 so that we would have enough money to be able to move it down the street when that happens. The excitement for all of us is that we are really very close to the goal. It's been fairly painless. I'm not sure John and Melva would say that at this point, but people have responded very well. It's been exciting to see, ever since the word sesquicentennial hit the street, we wanted to do something that we felt would be long-term and lasting, and this just actually fit in. And it had been going on, but it was a time to strike a little bit of fire, and with everything that Steve Branting did and Gary Bush to get us pushed into the historical discussions during the sesquicentennial, just led directly into this project. And people have responded from, really, we've raised the $43,000 in a little over a year.
Yes.
So it's exciting, and we intend to raise another $50,000 to be able to set up an endowment for the heat and lights and that we'll have to have a little bit later on as it works as an interpretive center, and that's really what we want it to be down the road. And we're hoping it's going to be a key focal point in that whole section of town. That's the very historical district, and it's something that we want to be able to bring back to life now with the library, all the activities of beautiful downtown Lewiston that have gone on with the Nez Perce Historical Society, the County Historical Society there, and their museum. It just seems like a logical time and place to get us thinking about our history and the sense of pride we should have in that. So it's been exciting.
Bill, can you just let viewers know, those that don't know exactly where it's at, that, let them know?
Right now, if you go down Main Street, the Capitol project was built at this particular time on 12th and Main. The city has been so good with us, gave us that piece of property as a temporary site to actually construct it. Our intent is to move it to 3rd and Capitol, where a site was designated in the 20s by the Daughters of American Revolution. There's a plaque there now, and so that's our intent, is to move it to or close to its original site. So again, if you want to stop by and take a look at it, you can. It's easy to view. We're generally down there working with the high school on the interior. We're finishing that part up Tuesdays and Thursdays of next week, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of the following week. So we welcome people to come in, take a little tour of it, and see what we've done. It's quite exciting.
And we'll still collect a lot of checks at Box 2167 in Lewiston. I think that will be fun for us. I think the money will continue to come in. We're focusing now on the dedication that is happening the 10th of July. And that's a super time for us because we're going to be inviting all sorts of guests. We're going to have with us the former Interior Secretary, Cecil Andrus will be here. David Leroy will be here. We've invited the governor. It's a little too early to hook into his calendar yet and get that confirmation. But we have people who are going to be coming from all over to celebrate this, because this wasn't just Idaho's capital. It was the capital for Montana and other states that are now 5 other states that were involved in the process. And we're even planning to have some very special guests, historical guests from the time period. Governor Wallace is going to make a reappearance, and I think we have some visitation this morning from a historical guest as well.
Yes, I believe so. In fact, if we could bring a slide up, I think we have something we can show you. See if we can. Okay, this is the Capitol building right now as we're building it. This was just taken a few days ago. As you can see, the exterior is just about finished. We're working on the interior now. About all we have left on the interior is putting the ceiling in and finish up some of the wainscoting and the toe kick. It's wonderful inside because the interior looks like it did in 1863, all brand new, but it's old growth timber that was resawn for us, the old style, so it's old sawn lumber, and it's gorgeous inside. You'd really like it. I think we have another slide. Can we go to that one? That's the side of the building. Again, we're using old barnwood from the period. The only thing we had to change was the roof. We couldn't insure it with shake roofs, so we had to put something that looked similar to the period. So a lot of this material, or most all of the materials you see, were donated materials. I think there's one other slide. Can we bring that up? Well, look at there. It's Governor Wallace.
The Governor Wallace has been to town already, and he is involved in the new capital. He's very excited because this will be his office. And this we captured in the photograph is his first look.
Did he spend more time at your hotel than he spent here at this building?
Governor Wallace loves to stay at my hotel, the Hotel de France, which is located now in 1862, since then, on 2nd and Capitol Street.
And I heard it was a fine hotel.
Absolutely fine. I decorate in the French style, very elegant.
Could you tell any secret stories about what went on in that seat of government?
Well, I must say that my hotel, Governor Wallace prefers to stay there. At the other hotel, the first one in Lewiston, called the Luna House, that one, the Democrats tend to stay there and do their political discussion. But at my hotel, Governor Wallace, he is a Republican, like our president, President Lincoln, as they discuss the Republican things at my hotel.
That's very interesting. And I assume that you're going to be coming to the dedication on the 10th of July.
Oh, I will be there. I am looking forward to some very good business with all the people coming to town and all the delegates coming to represent their territories clear to the Montana area and from the Boise area and all over.
Are you going to be able to accommodate all those people at your hotel?
Absolutely. I have just ordered a bolt of white linen. I'm going to make into very fine napkins and tablecloths for the dining room. And don't forget the saloon at my hotel. It's well known for the fine alcoholic concoctions.
Oh, I also heard that Abraham Lincoln appointed Mr. Wallace as the first territorial governor.
That is true. I hear that they are very good friends, and that is why Idaho is very important to President Lincoln, and so he appointed his friend to be the governor of this territory, brand new territory.
Did you like this building that is being rebuilt? Were you excited about that building? Did you ever spend any time in the Capitol?
Well, I have not been using that building so much, but now it will. They are putting a new front on it and decorating up so that the meetings can take place there. And it is only a short distance from my hotel. And I have purchased a stagecoach to take the people from in front of the Capitol building to my hotel so you don't get your feet so muddy and dusty on the streets.
That'll be good.
We
had a little bit of mud and dirt while we've been rebuilding, too.
Yes, we have.
Oh, the streets are very bad, this mud and dirt.
We'll get the city council to fix that before long. For sure.
We should introduce Madame Lafrancois. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Merci. I am so happy to be here, and I want everyone to be sure to know that you should stay at my Hotel de France when you come to town.
Thank you.
Which I'm sure we will.
Of course. It's all right for Democrats, too.
Bill or Dennis, can you let viewers know what is some contact information if they do want to volunteer or want to come check stuff out downtown on 12th and Main?
Dennis, you probably have
I
that
can give you the financial contact, which is really simple. Post Office Box 2167 in Lewiston. That's the easiest. Just address it to Territorial Capital 2167.
And make checks out to
the Idaho Territorial Replica Project. It works fine.
And Bill, is there any information or contact information that you can give out?
Not really. Again, when we're down at the project, you're welcome to stop by. Anybody can to see what we're doing. And at that time, we can give you some information. Again, John Mock and Melva are in the process of doing that work. So, and I don't have that with me. So
they can be contacted. They're in the phone book. But John and Melva Mock.
Okay.
And John has a particular interest in this. This is kind of a lifelong interest of his. And if people want to volunteer, want to find out if we're going to be at the building at a particular time, he's the best contact.
Mr. John Mock.
Mr. John Mock.
Very good. Is there anything else, before we go, is there anything else that you guys would like to add?
We just want you to be excited about coming around on the 10th of July, and then as we move it down the street, to have an excitement for the next 20, 30 years, to have everybody who's here now make sure they've been there at least once a year, down to visit at the Interpretive Center.
Right. And another thing, as we finish the building, we're looking for pieces to go in the building that could be from the period, 1860s. It's going to be an interpretive center, so we're trying to get memorabilia that would fit for the period. So if anybody has something stashed away that might have been from the period, 1860s, early 60s, we'd appreciate a contact. And again, those pieces will be in there. Being at an interpretive center, we're hoping that school kids will be able to come down, and we'll have a viewing screen that will come out of the ceiling. We'll have electronics involved, so the teachers can plug in their laptops and do PowerPoints or whatever, so they can educate the young kids about the territory of Idaho. So anything that somebody might have, a period, we'd appreciate a call.
Very good. So thank you guys.
Great.
And Madame LaFrancois, appreciate your time.
Merci.
Yeah. On behalf of everyone here, we will see you next time on City Beat.